So today I decided to just do a Copic illustration, and what I'm using is this pack of 6 Copic markers that my husband had gotten me for my birthday, and I decided that I'd kind of do sort of like a challenge and just try to use those 6 Copic markers in the pack. I had originally thought to myself like, oh, I'm gonna make this nice little rabbit sitting in a field and it's gonna be all cute and there'll be like all these bushes and stuff and sunshine. And then I just ended up drawing a clown, because that makes sense. So I gotta say, this might be one of the first times I've ever drawn a clown, so let me know how I do. On a scale of 1 to creepy, how do you think this guy turned out? I've never been one of those types that was like scared of clowns or anything like that. Like, I never really thought they were scary or anything, and I don't really understand that. But I will say that there was a time when I was like preschool age, and they had this circus thing that was going on at one of the schools, and my grandma took me, and I remember the clowns, and I remember being scared, but not because of the clowns, but because they were doing things like falling off of ladders, and like the noise of the ladder hitting the ground was like what scared me. Like, that freaked me out. But never really been afraid of clowns. I've only ever been to a circus like twice, and in the most recent times though, I went to one of those Ringling Brothers, like Barnum and Bailey's ones, and I don't think I will ever go back, and here's why. So here's my thought with the circus. When I went, it was probably 3 years ago, and there's 2 things that I felt really bad about. So for starters, hopefully you guys can't hear that, there's someone mowing their lawn or something in the distance. So there's the 3 rings, and the center ring is the biggest one, and that's where like all the spotlights are, and they were doing this dog trick thing, which is fine. They had like Yorkies and stuff, and they were doing all sorts of tricks and like jumping through hoops, and that was all cute and whatnot. But while they were doing that, they also had another ring over in the corner that was a smaller ring, and there was no spotlight on it, and it had these like llamas and like goats, and they were doing little tricks, but no one was watching them. They were just off in the corner like doing all these tricks, and like you couldn't, like, there was no reason to watch them because there's all these puppies right in front of your face. So Justin and I were just watching these poor goats, and we felt so bad because it was like they were doing these little tricks and like no one could see them, and there was no spotlight, and like that made me feel so bad. But then I felt even worse when the elephants came out, because at the very end, the elephants leave the ring, and they were holding onto each other's tails with their trunks and making like a little chain. And as they were exiting, the very last elephant in the back was trying to grab the tail of the elephant in front of it, and it couldn't grab it because its tail was swinging so quickly, so it was trying to like get in sync and grab its tail, and it couldn't, and you could just see this like panic, like it was like just like struggling to grab the tail, and it was like, I feel like if I don't grab this tail, like I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, that's like the feeling I got, so I felt like so bad. I was like, oh my god, look at that poor elephant. It still like is burned into my like memory, this poor elephant. Like, when I think about the circus, that's what I picture. So I don't want to ever go back. But I guess I heard recently, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that they're going to be removing the animal acts that they have. Like, they're not going to be using animals anymore. Let me know if that's not the case or if I have that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what they said. And I really hope so, because you don't really need the animals. They were cute, but there was no... I know that there's some questionable stuff about the way that they're treated. And really, to me, it's like, even if they were treated like wonderfully, they have no consent, because they can't sign a form that says, I'm gonna do this and this is my job. Like, they can't decide. So that would make me really happy if they just got rid of the animal acts altogether, because really what I thought was interesting was all the acrobats and like the tricks that they do and stuff. I thought that was cool. I could have done without the animal acts. So that's my experience with circuses. Not amazing. I don't know. I'm not going to go back, and I wouldn't recommend going to one, honestly. But maybe if they didn't have the animals anymore. So my birthday was this past Monday, June 6th, and that's why I got this pack of Copic markers, and I got a couple of other things I'll show in like other videos or something, but if you want to give me a birthday gift, I've got a couple of ideas for something you can do. For starters, you could give this video a thumbs up or share it with a friend that you think might like it. Another gift idea would be to leave a comment below saying, "Hi Jesse," or "Happy birthday." Even better, if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing videos that are similar to this or getting to know me a little bit better. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hang on. Bear with me. Bam! This is plastic. Shh. That's why we're going to hang it up high.